are now tuned in to PKF Topics, baby.
I am really him.
We gotta learn to put the kids first.
I am really him. I am really that dude. I am. How you doing, Brother Mort?
Man, doing amazing. Blessed. I woke up today.
That's awesome, man. I like to start off every question with when I say putting kids and babies first, what comes to mind?
They're the priority. They're our future. So you gotta make sure that we're doing everything in our power to protect them and guide them in the directions and keep them on track so they don't do the mess ups that we've experienced in our lives or seen people do. That's our future. That's our investments. The only way the world will get better is if we make sure we protect that and put it in a right trajectory path to success, being as a person and financially. Man,
awesome. We'll give you some rapid questions.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm used to this.
One or the other. AK-47 or AR-15?
AR-15 because I can customize the life out of it. AK-47 more reliable, but I love my AR-15s.
Las Vegas or Texas?
Las Vegas.
9mm or 45 ACP?
9mm, I got more chances to eliminate more problems.
Hollow point or full metal jacket?
Definitely hollow point, creates an air pocket, and it just explodes inside you, so yeah.
Ford Ranger or Chevy Silverado?
I don't fuck with Ford, y'all. Hey, you know, I got a GMC, I call it Gun Money Chevy.
That's what I'm talking about. Asian women or Latino women?
Latino. Latina, or whatever, you know.
Awesome.
They gotta be Hispanic, you know.
Awesome. Country, hip hop, rock, or blues?
Ooh. You know, my roots started in hip hop, so it's hip hop. Then country.
Awesome. Favorite rifle? I'm gonna skip over that one. What's your favorite rifle you've basically modified for yourself?
It was my first one that I built from the ground up. It was called the Exterminator rifle. I designed the handguard, went through a company to have it manufactured. That started me doing the gun show stuff. And so my own personal Exterminator rifle, because it featured everything that I wanted in a rifle, and it looked so badass. And there's so many, like, even the grip on the gun, I made the logo for that company.
Awesome. Cybersecurity or modeling?
Cybersecurity. You got to protect our nation. It's not only for yourself, but to protect our nation.
Favorite song by Preach?
Oh, Move a Mountain.
Awesome.
Y'all listen to that one, Move a Mountain. It'll move you.
Favorite song by No Leeway?
Oh, so right now, my favorite song by No Leeway is, man, that's tough. That is tough. Because he's got a lot of new ones that I just heard. And, oof, fuck, I don't know.
Can't do that one?
What's the name of the one? The most recent one was I had a video where we pulled up in the camper. We were camping, and the song was just thumping. I can't remember. The name's not coming to me, but it's the one that you want me to send to you.
Oh, was it Another Level or something? Oh, it was nice. It was definitely.
Why is it
nice
not coming
song.
to me? I mean, I bump it so much. One, what is that called? Wow.
It'll come to you
Yeah, it'll
sometime.
come to me.
Okay. Where are you from and how were you raised?
It's so crazy. I was born in Belleville, grew up in Fairmont City, right next to Washington Park. And, you know, poverty, that's how we grew up. My parents are deaf. My mom is hard of hearing, my dad's completely deaf. You know how hard it is to get a job and work in a workplace where you have that challenge. So my parents worked real hard. We didn't become successful. It took for me to do what I can to help. And yeah, so I grew up in a poverty lifestyle, and I think that's why I appreciate the most littlest things with everything in life. Respecting people, money doesn't control me, and it's all about who you can help. Because when I was growing up, there would be people that would help us. The church would help us. Good souls, and I remember all that.
Man, that's awesome. What kind of foods were you eating coming up?
Oh, I would walk to the Mexican store, and they had a little restaurant in there, tortas. Hey, that's the food I would eat. So it was a lot of Mexican. It's good. I mean,
Okay, so nice. Oh, what were you best known for in high school?
I started off drawing, but I was best known for doing custom t-shirts, because I would draw the design like graffiti style, scan it into Photoshop. I was learning Photoshop at the time, self-taught, and then I would print it out on those iron transfers, cut around it, put it on a shirt, named it Hollowware because hollow tip bullets. I wanted my brand to, just like the bullet, hit and blow up on impact. And so, yeah, it was for t-shirts. I was making t-shirts for friends.
Okay. There's a question from Nice. He asks, do you have any plans for Hollowware in the future?
The brand Hollowware? I don't know if I do. Like, I think Hollowware was a starting of me with apparel and learning how to run a business, at one point we had a website, hollowware.com, where we had 101 funny t-shirts I designed that we would make on demand. Had a print shop at once. I don't know, but that's where HW Armory came from as well, Hollowware Armory.
Awesome.
So the original HW logo is still embedded in everything I do. So I don't know.
And also to that question, he say, if so, would you release grinded up gear underneath Hollowware?
I mean, we could. We could. I don't know if that would help our sales or not. There might not be a difference in sales, but yeah, definitely could. Because I remember I was doing vinyl plotting, doing the vinyl shirts back when it was like new technology. And we were one of the first people to have a direct to fabric printer back in 2007.
Wow. Who introduced you to that?
The internet. Because we were the first one in the St. Louis area. I remember that machine was like 25 grand. And it was like $1,000 for all the ink. And it would mess up in the middle of a print, piss you right off.
Awesome. So you actually did some work for Ozzie Smith. Can you share some of that Ozzie Smith experience?
Yeah, so shout out to Terrence Smith. Terrence Smith, he does a lot of stuff for what's his name? Nico Smith, Ozzie Smith's son. And Terrence contacted me like, hey, Ozzie wants business cards, and he has a salad dressing and barbecue sauce that's going to be going in the stores, and he needs somebody to make the labeling for it. So I made Ozzie Inc. business cards, and I made all the labeling for O's Choice, which is his salad dressing, and then he had a barbecue line, and I did all the advertising pieces, the labels. So I remember going in the like Straub's and be like, look, Ma, I designed that.
Man, that's awesome.
It's crazy.
How were those checks?
Huh? The money?
Yeah, how were the checks?
I mean, it was, back then, I think it was like $500. And that check, I kept it because I was like, man, this signature looked really similar to the one on the baseball cards.
Awesome. You still got it?
No, I don't know where the hell it is now. But I remember keeping it like, Mom, look. It's because I was young, I was, I think, 19.
Wow. So share some of your experience shooting that documentary in Baltimore.
Yeah, so shortly after the Ozzie Smith thing, Tommy Polley, he played for the Rams, the Ravens, and the Saints. At that time, I think he was becoming a retired NFL player, retired. And he wanted to do a documentary on a school called Dunbar Dunbar High School, and it was out in Baltimore, Maryland. And that documentary highlighted how that school was going to international competitions, being paid in high school basketball like they were pros. They were practicing with bricks in their hands instead of basketballs. And they were just dominating. Even Tupac went there. Muggsy Bogues, Sam Cassell, all these greats went to that school. Come on.
Wow, interesting.
So even Tommy went. And so Tommy wanted to do a documentary, contacted me. I don't know how he got a hold of me. Maybe it was through Ozzie Smith. I don't know. Yeah,
Awesome.
He came into town, and we spent 1 week going through like 48 hours of mini DV tapes. And I created the trailer to the documentary that wasn't even made yet. And Tommy was like, I gotta fly you out to Baltimore. We need to I want you to make the whole documentary also. I made the packaging, intro, graphics, everything. Me and Tommy, I mean, we were sitting in his house and it was every day, clockwork, just grinding away at that documentary. And then they put that documentary in the Black History Museum in Baltimore.
Man, and you shot that documentary.
I was no, I didn't shoot. I was the editor and the visual effects.
Do you know the name of that documentary?
Poet Pride.
Now that's awesome. I gotta look that up.
Yeah, Dunbar Poets was the name of the team.
Awesome. So here go a little local fun fact that I didn't know about you, man. So you also were the cameraman for No Loot Records at once.
Yeah.
Can you share some stories?
Oh man. So yeah, I was doing behind the scenes, just tour videos. And I remember one time we went to Magic City in Atlanta and we were literally in the club. I got the camera and I'm young and like I hear a balloon pop and everybody drops except me. Like, what the fuck's this? Get down. Come to find out, Nelly's bodyguard shot himself in the leg down there by the one of the stripper poles. Akon was there. Jermaine Dupri was there. I didn't see Nelly, but his bodyguard. So that whole experience, me hearing Magic City through Jeezy and the songs, and Akon was popping at the time, and it's like, this is my first like high-end strip club experience, and I'm in there just as a camera guy.
Did you get a lap dance?
No, this chick danced on me, and my boys who were with me was like, because she turned around and asked for money. I looked at my boy like, I'm fucking recording. What? She just grinding on me like, you just backed up onto me and you expect to get paid because I'm holding the camera. I'm not worried about you. And yeah, that was my first experience in the strip club, and yeah, that was funny. He was like, man, get your ass on, get out of here.
So have you ever met a celebrity or somebody famous that you were starstruck over?
No, not really. I think the only person I would really be starstruck by is my idol growing up as a kid, which would be Eminem.
Awesome. Eminem.
Yeah, that would be the only person that I would be like, okay, I'm starstruck. And then coming in second place, I think it would be like WWE wrestler, like superstars like Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Undertaker.
That was my guy.
Those two, I'd be starstruck. Everybody else, hey, you're just a regular person.
Awesome. So man, you are a man with many hats. Can you name for me, as many skills, talents, and abilities that you actually have?
So, I try not to be the jack of all trades, master of none. So a lot of my skill sets just branched off of the main vein and the main goal. Like started with graphics, using Adobe Photoshop, creating logos, doing advertisement, CD covers, all that stuff. Then it evolved into, let's make visual versions, moving versions of this. That turned into taking my skill with standard non-moving graphics to like make motion graphics. So then I started doing visual effects, graphic intros. And then thanks to No Loot Records, like they got me hipped into like doing video stuff. And so I started integrating video with the visual effects that I learned. And at the same time, I'm still doing graphics because it's just, we're all in the same editing visual suite through Adobe. And then it was just full-blown video, graphics, and effects. And that was the majority of my life. And my passion for guns has always been really good. And so I took my design skills, created components for a firearm, just the handguard, not the fucking serial number. Not. And like, so a handguard, designed my own gun, got it made just for myself. And then it got a little traction on Instagram. So then that turned into where, now my skill set is taking my design skills and applying it to paint, Cerakote on gun parts. But not the serialized part, only stuff that we could sell at gun shows right then and there.
Just legally.
Yeah, and we would just, I was selling parts and just painting them cool ways and having a whole package to where all you gotta do is bring your lower receiver and boom, it looks badass. So my multiple hats was always visual communications, graphic design, video effects, motion graphics, and video. And so that's been my lane. Modeling, I'm used to being behind the camera, so it's kind of like I know what I want to see. So let me just show you. So that kind of hipped into it. But at the same time, I mean, I think the only skill set that I acquired that is not in my lane of visual communications was writing automated software code. No, but it's, my passion is still visual.
Man, that's awesome. So what is your educational background?
I made the dean's list for network administration IT, went to SWIC. I went to, what's that?
Caskia.
That's where I made the dean's list. And that was it. I jumped out the plane with no parachute and just started doing my own thing. So I didn't go to Harvard or anything like that. Like, it was basic general college and then a little bit of IT stuff.
You definitely got the brain for Harvard. Definitely got it. What is Guns and Ranges?
Guns and Ranges is a show called, Guns and Ranges is a show that highlights shooting ranges. So I think it's 3 years old now, maybe 4. I notice when I'm traveling, I'm like, man, I really want to know if this range is worth my time. And I don't want to just go up in this range and then turn back around. I don't want that. I don't like doing that to the owners of the range. So I'm like, well, let me check this place out. Oh, fuck, there ain't no videos. This like, nobody's really focused on creating their own content at that point. So I notice on YouTube, there's a void. Nobody shows ranges. Everyone's showing guns.
Okay.
I'm a Guns N' Roses fan. I know it's a popular name, recognizable name. I was like, fuck, Guns and Ranges. It explains exactly what it is. So the show, I travel to shooting ranges and I show people all the cool stuff you can rent there if you're visiting. And it also gives you an insight of what to expect when you arrive. And I highlight the most coolest ones. So on my website, there's a map of the whole world because I did one in Paris and like we've done them everywhere. And you can like look at the little logos, Guns N' Roses logos all over the map, click on it, and it'll give you directions and it'll show you the links to the videos about that range.
Man, that's awesome, man. So what is your favorite Guns N' Roses song?
Oh, man. That's tough. That's real tough. Ooh, I don't know. That's tough.
Awesome, dude. So, what are some of the things about your parents you are the most proud of?
Well, my dad started working whenever he was 16 at one place, and he retired from that place. I don't know what time he retired. Chemo has gotten me foggy brained, but like he literally worked at one job his whole life. Beginning and end. Here's the sad part though. In the beginning, he was making like 18 an hour. He was still making 18 an hour when he retired. The fucking
Oh yeah, that ain't right.
So, but yeah.
He didn't complain.
He didn't complain. He's dealing with lead. He got burned by acid. He got his finger smashed under like a 10,000 pound press, like all at work. And still, man, he's been through a lot. Still didn't complain.
Wow. So, what are some of the good memories on your hard drives that was stolen from you in Las Vegas?
Oh man, so we had a blast at Discount Firearms and Ammo. We got to shoot so many cool guns, and there were new products coming out. So being able to experience that and get that first reaction was so cool. And losing that sucked. And then my interactions at SHOT Show on the floor, like with different people, different products. I even had products for me to go review, small stuff in that backpack that was stolen. So, but the biggest memory was, man, just amongst good people shooting guns I've never shot before. That's like, I don't care about the equipment. Them hard drives is what mattered to me. So.
Awesome. Do you have a happiest time in your life?
I don't think I've reached it yet. I think the happiest time of my life will be, there's multiple, there's like 3 of them. Number 1 would be to buy my parents anything and everything they ever imagine, whatever they want. They're not wild like that, so it'd probably be something modest. Take care of my family, my sister and brother, and any relatives. And that's monetary, right? That's the money one, right? Number 2 would be beat cancer. And number 3 would be the whole reason why I'm doing the foundation is to say we've raised $10 million and we have video of every single person we donated to and their reaction.
Man, that is awesome. So, man, let me get a little spicy for Mark. So, did you learn about sex before you lost your virginity?
Ironically, so I was a geek. I didn't lose my virginity until I was 25. Yeah.
Really?
Y'all heard that.
Fun fact.
Yeah. Because I literally was working, doing video stuff, and I looked like a geek. I had glasses, I wore clothes that didn't fit me. Like, I just looked like a slob. And that wasn't attractive. It wasn't until I got contacts and I started working out, where I was like, this ain't working, I need to change, was whenever things changed for me.
Really?
But I still had that geek, like, inside of me, so I still didn't trust shit. Like,
the nerd?
Yeah.
Hey, did you try 69?
Did I what?
Did you try 69?
Yeah, 69 shit before.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
So let's get
I even
into
had threesome, like, shit.
Oh, Mark.
Yeah, we got wild a little bit.
So let's get into your diagnosis, man. What kind of cancer were you diagnosed with, and how old were you when you were diagnosed?
So, December 2023, I was diagnosed with stage 4 colorectal cancer. And I was 37. So, I remember I was coming out, like, I went for a colonoscopy. I was pooping blood a lot, and they did a PET scan, CT PET scan, but they didn't tell me what they seen. They seen cancer. And so when I went to a colonoscopy at 37, I was just like, But I knew I had pain in my stomach every time I ate, and I was pooping blood every day. And it just got out of control, and it's painful. I remember after the colonoscopy, the doctor said, "Do you have family here?" And that was like the weirdest question someone would ask me after a colonoscopy. It's like, no, my mom and dad are in Texas. Like, what's up? And the doctor told me, he's like, we found that you have cancer in where your sigmoid colon reaches your rectum, right in there. And yeah, we're gonna send you to a specialist and get more scans, MRI and everything. I remember walking out of there, my buddy Chris is in the car to pick me up. He was on the phone with Craig Skaggs, a famous Disney artist, like paints amazing stuff. And I got in the car and I was like, I got cancer. Blew my mind, and Craig heard it too. And that was when I was diagnosed. And then it went from 2 tumors on my liver, because they were like, well, you have 1 in your colon and then 2 in your liver. And they're like, we'll start you on chemo immediately. So I had to get a port installed. I had the port installed on this side because I was like, man, I don't care if I'm dying tomorrow. I'm still going to shoot my guns and live my life. I'm not gonna be you ain't putting me on hospice. So if I'm going out swinging, having a good time. So every year I go to Vegas, and I was out there. I remember December, they gave me the surgery. I arrive in Vegas in January for SHOT Show. I have a fresh wound. Nobody really knows that I'm battling stage 4 cancer. They already told me it's stage 4, and it's not looking good, you know what I mean? They don't know my timeline. And fresh wound, that's when I filmed the episode of Machine Gun Vegas. So I'm sitting there shooting these guns. The only thing I didn't shoot was a fully automatic shotgun. Everything else I shot. And right after SHOT Show, 2 days after, I arrived back home, straight to chemo. Started chemo, and it was chemo, radiation, chemo pills, take a break, chemo again, tumors came back worse. It went from 2 to 4 on the liver. Radiation removed the 1 tumor in the colorectal area, and then they did another colonoscopy, and they're like, oh, let's do a scan. Ends up coming back. So now the tumor in the colon rectal area is coming back after radiation, and now I have 4 tumors on my liver, and they've gotten big, all for a 6-month break. And then we went more chemo. We're fighting it. They reduced my CEA levels, and that was it. Like, tumor shrunk. Then we did surgery to remove the tumor in the colon rectum. Then it was more chemo. And so they removed that tumor. And this is literally the whole timeline up to today. And so I had that surgery. I had time to recover. No chemo at this time.
So in the surgery, what's removed again?
They removed my rectum all the way up to a portion of my colon. And it was like right here. So they like nuked it from both sides to make sure. And then they stretched it, stitched it up, gave me an ileostomy bag for temporary healing. I did the ileostomy bag for 3 months. We did 1 round of chemo, and then it was to surgery of the reversal of the bag. And then after I healed enough and they took the staples out, they did another MRI. And, they did an MRI before the ileostomy reversal. The tumors spread to 6, and 2 of them were pretty big. 3 months go by, healing from the ileostomy surgery, and now we got 30 tumors on my liver, and it spread to my lungs. So it's like there's this pattern of the tumors are spreading, you do chemo, it suppresses it, and then you're off chemo and it just gets higher, and you gotta suppress it. Because every time the chemo suppressed it, it worked, but when you unplug that, it just spreads again.
And it get worse.
Yeah, and that's where we're at now, where it's just gotten to this point of like, oh my God, you kidding me? We gotta do something about this.
Yes, sir. So to me, I'm on the outside looking in. It appears you have this unbreakable mentality. Have you ever thought about the unthinkable of like maybe giving up, unaliving yourself?
You know, No, I'm pretty stubborn. I think the problem with me is I don't want to hurt nobody around me. I don't want to hurt my family. I don't want to hurt my mom and dad. Like, just the thought of my mom crying because of me giving up, shit, it's gonna take a lot more than cancer and bullets to kill me. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'll be damned if my mom cries
Man, awesome. Man.
for
That's
me
my
being
guy.
off. And I feel like cancer has got some licks in on me, and I'm returning the favor. And I'm like, nah, bitch, you ain't gonna fucking knock me out. I'm gonna knock your ass out, and I'm gonna show people. I'm not gonna try to sell a product or anything like that. I'm gonna show people what I did, and I'm gonna support them in ways that I think that might help mentally, which is through finances. Because, fuck, man, we got so many medical bills, it's crazy.
Yeah, talk about them, boy. Oh my God. So what would a medical bill right now be for you?
Oh, it's about $35,000 for my visit for chemo.
And that'd have to be out of pocket.
No. I got good insurance now.
Awesome.
My insurance wasn't that good in the first 2 years, but now it's pretty good. So I just covered it all out of pocket. It's still, it still all adds up. And then the debt from before the good insurance is just breathing down my neck. I will say this is kind of concerning. I just had chemo this past week, and it's sad whenever 2 years ago when I went to the cancer center to start my first chemo, they have 24 chairs and at this one place, and the chairs were full, right? I didn't know better. Okay, cool. I came last week and literally all chairs were full, and the waiting room within the infusion center had people sitting in chairs waiting. They had their ports already accessed and everything, waiting to find a nook, a cranny to get treatment.
Wow.
There is an outbreak going on that the medical industry is doing their best to help us, but there is something that has changed that has made it to where I feel like, it looks like almost 50% of Americans got cancer now.
It's high.
It's really high. It's
all around.
exploded, and it's very concerning. It's all about profit.
You're absolutely right, man. Now, living with stage 4, what's important to you and what's not?
Materialistic things don't fucking matter to me. Excuse my language. My time is the only thing God gave me. That's the only thing I have. And if I can't spend that time, that's my currency. That's valuable. If I can't spend my time doing something that I enjoy, or I'm helping somebody, if I'm just doing it just to do it, I'm out. You ain't gonna catch me at the bar. I don't drink. It's like, I'm not gonna be wasting my time. So it's like, I have literally no time to waste. My liver's consumed. This could be my last day, I don't know. So it's like at any moment, a switch could be flipped and I'm cooked. So my time.
Awesome. So here we gonna get to the foundation. Can you explain to me what the Mike Mauer Foundation is and what it's about?
So the Mauer Foundation, it came to me whenever I was getting chemo. And my buddy, Corley Tilla, Rob Burgett, my mom created GoFundMe and I was against it, right? I don't want a handout. I don't want people to feel sorry for me. Rob donated $1,000. And after me kicking and screaming, because I needed it, you know what I mean? And he donated that, and I used that money to help with my bills. And that feeling was the most amazing feeling in my life, because even though I was going against everything to not let it happen, it still happened. And I was like, wow, I feel so good right now. I want that feeling to everybody in those cancer chairs and those chemo chairs. How can I do that? And, well, you can do it through a nonprofit, and that's why we formed the Mauer Foundation. And like, I want to make it to where you go on our website, you see everybody who donates in their name, and you will see a video. Once we raised our first 1,000 on the foundation, I'm going to write a $1,000 check to a chemo patient. I'm going to be in chemo. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to get their story on video. We're going to take pictures, and I'm going to write them a check for the amount, and we're going to put it on the website, and that'll be the first start of the trend in which every person we donate, you get a video about them. If they don't want to be on camera, we will blur their face, but we're going to hear them speak and tell us their story. And maybe that'll set a new standard, because donating 100% is what I feel like is the only way, the only option. I mean, I'm a volunteer. Anyone involved is a volunteer. We're chasing that endorphins dump of helping somebody. Like, it'll make you so happy if you do something for somebody that needs it. Unfortunately, money is the way we use it to do that, but it works. And so I really can't wait to be able to get to the point where we have this great reputation of helping people. It's like, if I'm gonna donate my money, I'm sending it to the Mauer Foundation, because you'll not only see my name or anonymous on their website, but you'll actually see who's the person that affected, because we'll have scheduled donations. And yeah, I think that's gonna change the way people donate. A lot of people just donate, and some of them don't need that response, but some people that are already hard for money and they feel like they really want to use this for something good, we're going to give them an opportunity to invest it and see a result. And it's just going to be a smile and a person feeling like, wow, somebody cares. Through all this chemo and everything, somebody cares. A stranger cares. That's a whole nother level when a stranger cares.
I agree. I agree. Awesome. So I know you're going through it. And how did the breakup between you and your ex-old lady affect you mentally, while you fighting?
It didn't affect me. I think my fight, I've always been like a lone soldier in the fight. So when I get help, it's amazing. She helps so much. So I looked at it was like, us breaking up was really just divine timing for me and her to go on our separate paths. But it was never no hard feelings. Like, we both benefited from the relationship. God brought us into each other's lives for that moment of time for a reason. And I'm grateful. And yeah, it was necessary to get me through points in which there were unknowns. My first surgery, major surgery, never had that before. Having somebody who's a nurse to not only care for me, but walk me through the expectations and be my advocate whenever I'm like out cold in the hospital. God blessed me with that.
Man, that's
and
awesome.
She needed somebody in her life to give her the attention and affection she needed. So it worked out perfectly. So,
man, that's awesome.
It didn't affect me mentally at all. We're still cool, and it was just, hey, you just gotta look at it like this. Like, people come into your life for a reason. How long they're there, you do not know, they do not know. It's all only God knows, so you just gotta enjoy it.
That's what I'm talking about. My brother Shaq had a question. He wanted to know if there was what kind of music do you play to help you take your mind off your current circumstance?
Oh man, of course Eminem, because the lyrics it makes you think. It makes you try to figure it out. Oh, he said this, that meant this and that. So your mind's working. Then I'll listen to country when I just want to like lay back and reminisce the times when I was camping before I knew I had cancer. Just the smell of that firewood burning and just out there in Mother Nature. And so, but really Eminem, because Eminem said in the song, oh, I'm gonna slaughter the lyrics, but he literally said, turn handicaps into assets. And if it's on Still Believe, the song, And yeah, I suggest people listen to it because there's so many motivational things he says in there. It's just crazy.
I gotta go check that song out because I'm probably sure I heard it before. So what would conversation between you and Eminem be like if you met him?
Man, that's a really good question because I would first tell him the typical fan shit, right? Oh, I grew up on your music. But I think that would really trigger a conversation from him would be like, when you said turn handicaps into assets, I really wish I could read the lyrics because that's just the beginning of the amazing group of words that just explains, like, don't let nothing be your excuse to not do what you want. And I really want to ask him, like, what was on your mind that you considered you as a handicap? Was it the living situation, not being respected as a newcomer? Like, what was the mindset that made you say turn handicaps into assets? Oh man, I really wish. Like he goes in on that song, Still Believe. I think it's just called Believe. So I would like to get in his mind on that song because that's the number one song that motivates me because of all the motivational stuff he says in it.
Now, is that your GOAT?
Yes, absolutely.
He is a GOAT though, so
Yeah. I grew up on it, and then there's so much in there. Like, some people listen to generic words, dog, hog, fog, log, and they're like, oh my God, he's an amazing rapper. No. When your mind, you have to think about stuff, and then it's inspiring things. It's like,
You're a lyric guy, okay.
you get a little bit more than just music. And that's why I think that's why I like it so much.
Man, that's awesome, man. So if you were in charge of the United States of America's educational system, we'll say grades 6 through 12, how would you run it?
6 through 12. Anybody trying to bring in politics would be fired. I don't care. Our children should be learning how to be self-sufficient, learning how to respect others, and learning that this is the history, so don't fucking do it again. We gotta learn from our mistakes. And here's ways to make our only rock we're living on, y'all. This is it. This is all we got to make the earth a better place and how to improve its current state. All this other shit, oh yeah, you gotta vote for this politician so they can pay to get people killed because they got 6 wives on the side. Like, all this money, greed, power, like, yes, that's gonna happen no matter what. But let's really form these kids to be the next generation and be like, wow, man, we knocked it out the park. They're not relying on AI to answer questions for them. They gotta know math. They gotta know the way we learned. And I really think that devices are a distraction of the most beautiful thing we have, Mother Nature. Because I'll tell you what, you could be in this all day. All it's doing is reminding you, hey, guess what? You're not perfect and you're not good enough. When you throw that shit away, you don't got that negativity. You just got, man, it's beautiful out here. Man, it feels good. You're with your love. Like, that's the core. That's core happiness right there. But we don't know what that is anymore because we're so distracted.
Man, you're absolutely right.
So the devices would be reduced to a minimum amount of strictly for communication and locating. Ain't nobody just gonna run off, steal my kid and disappear. I know where they at. They tracked. And yes, I have a way to contact them. But as far as distractions, brainwashing of everything, everybody's got pros, cons, everybody's selling. It's just, yeah, man, it's crazy.
You're absolutely right. So let me ask you this question. If you had just this weekend, this upcoming weekend, to spend $50 million, how would you spend it?
50 million, okay. So, this is what I would do. I'd take the 50 million and I would make sure that I'm a majority share owner of a huge apartment complex. We're brand new. We'll build it. Hopefully, maybe I'm the whole owner, depending on the cost. Let's say it is $50 million. The money generated from that living, let's say, I won't do math, but like, say there's 1,000 apartments.
Okay.
People in real estate were like, there's no way. Okay. There's a lot of apartments in there. I would take the income from that. 50% of it would go to the Mauer Foundation. The other 50% would be setting up income for mom, dad, brother, sister, family, and friends. Seed money. Now, this income is not for them just to, hey man, I got a $4,000 check because Mark bought that complex. Here's my catch. That $4,000 check, half of it should be put to your next investment, which I will help you with because I will be receiving a $4,000 check too, and I'm just gonna let that stack so I can be their 50-50 partner in building them a business where they can be happy and not chase work until they die. That would be my plan.
Awesome, I love it. Okay, so if there were kids worldwide looking at this video right now, who are all experiencing some type of incurable disease, like child abuse, neglect, multiple sclerosis, sex trafficking, or whatever, what kind of encouraging words would you have for them?
There's only one person that can truly take the core essence of you out of you, and that's God, meaning life gone. Nobody has that control. People may trick you into thinking they do because they have weapon, whatever, abusive, whatever. But just remember, ask God for help every single night. You think he's not gonna listen. Just keep trying. Because if you're not happy, it's gonna show and you're gonna be a victim. But if you're smiling, and even though you're going through the worst shit of your life, you are winning. It's like when somebody tries to make fun of you and it didn't get you angry. Now they're angry because they can't get you angry. This works the same way. Don't let nobody know that they're putting kinks in your armor. You could be dying inside and just, this sucks. But if they don't smell blood, they're gonna go elsewhere. Every situation is different, but I think mentally that is something to keep a hold. Yes, therapy, allow people to help you. That's number one, allow people to help you, but put God first, I'm telling you, because if you do not, you will regret it.
Awesome. So who is Mark Mauer and how did you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered for beating stage 4 cancer and being a cancer survivor that has raised the most money in the world and helped the most people dealing with cancer. Now, guys, you don't got to assassinate me. I will not find a cure. Not going to do that. Does no good if I'm not here. But I will help the families financially that are going through it and the patients. I think that's something I can do. I'll stay away from the assassinations by staying away from the latest ways to beat cancer, because I mean, this is it might be the number one moneymaker nowadays. We don't know, so I'm staying away from that. But yeah, it's beating stage 4 cancer and then helping the most people in the world.
Awesome. So if this interview was the last ever words your parents could hear you speak, what would you want them to know?
Let's see, that I love them, and that if it wasn't for the struggle that they dealt with, I wouldn't be the stand-up person I am today. So don't take for granted all the sleepless nights, all the crying, all the overworking, or not being able to make bills as, I wish I could have done better. No, you did exactly what was needed, because unlike a sheltered home, we went through the shit. So our value of time and people is up here, eye level, never down on people. And that you can't just teach. You gotta learn it. You gotta learn it by going through the most toughest times and still pushing through. So yeah, y'all did amazing. I love y'all.
Awesome. So take us out of here, man, with words of encouragement for whoever's watching.
All right, life's too short. Don't let money control things. Not all money's good money. You will realize at a point in your life that you'd rather be broke together than rich alone. Because without friends, without family, you can't create memories, true memories. And when we leave this earth, we want to take something with us. I don't know if we can take anything, but if there's something that we might be able to take with us, I think memories would be something we'd be able to cherish. And that's the only thing that is important in life. Money will come and go. People will come and go throughout your life. But being able to have those happy moments, like, oh yeah, I remember whenever I was in the drive-thru and I paid for the lady behind me. Those moments of gold, that's what we should chase. Chase that, and you will laugh at the people with the $1 zillion yachts, and it's just them waiting, begging people to come hang out with them, while you're the richest person in the world with memories, and you pass on the happiest person ever, while the bazillionaire is still chasing that happiness and can never find it. So, memories, and cherish your loved ones, and help people. You will find that is the best currency and the most important thing in life. Nothing else matters. And we're out of here. PKF Topics.
Salute. Man, I appreciate it, man.
Man.
That was awesome, man. Can you get a picture with me and Mark?